Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My Hot Toys quarter scale Dark Knight Rises Christian Bale Batman figure has just received a serious upgrade, and it is a custom Oaty Customs head sculpt and neck. And you have to insert the Hot Toys head sculpt eyes into this head sculpt, and you use the Hot Toys mouth plates, although I'm pretty sure Oaty Customs has done more since this one. This is quite old. This is actually the one Justin from Justin's Collection reviewed, I guess a couple of years back, maybe sooner. But Justin, being the legend that he is, he just told me one day, you know, would you like this head sculpt, because I'm not using it. I'm sticking to 1/6 scale now, so he's not really doing the 1/4 scale stuff anymore. And I couldn't believe it, because I know, you know, he could have sold this and got a fair bit of money for it. But he just offered it to me and said I wanted to go to a good home, and I couldn't believe it. So here it is. Thank you, Justin, so much. He's a solid gold geezer, is our Justin. And he has helped me out many times in the past. Never asked him for any help. Like when my Hot Toys Robocop 3 figure turned up with a horrible scratch on his chest plate. You know, about a month or two went by, and then suddenly Justin got in touch with me. He said, look, I saw a chest plate on eBay. I got it for you, man. It's on the way. Couldn't believe that. Like, total lifesaver, because I was heartbroken about my damaged Robocop 3 figure. And then when I got the Deadpool Wolverine Hot Toys Deadpool figure, he showed up with a broken ankle, and Justin swooped in, saved the day on that. He said, I know the ankle pegs that you need to fix that. I got some spare ones. I'm going to send them to you. Here's some AI footage of the Oaty Custom sculpt coming to life. But thank you, Justin. Honestly, man, thank you. I'll always treasure this head sculpt and the neck, especially the combination of the neck and the head. It's so much more accurate. And like I say, Oaty Customs has probably done a more recent version of this where he uses his own custom eyes and his own custom mouth plates, and I'm sure they look even better than this. But for what I have now, I'm very, very happy with this. I mean, it looks so real. And the thicker neck, the better proportions, that cowl looks insanely accurate. And I've reviewed a couple of, where is it, just the one thing? Yeah, the 1/6 scale Batman Begins custom head sculpt by Oaty. I've reviewed that on the channel. And the guy just does insane work. I mean, the proportions there, the side profile just look absolutely on point. So realistic. I also have this custom cape on the figure. That's by Jackson, which was originally a wired cape, and I just removed the wires because I wanted it to just hang. So that's the cape he has on. And this is the first version of this figure in quarter scale that Hot Toys released. Not crazy about that mouth plate. Again, these are the Hot Toys mouth plates and eyes that are plugged into the custom head sculpt. Notice he has more of a squint to the eyes. The eyelids are closed more on the Oaty Custom sculpt, which I love. But you can see that black velvet cape just contrasts beautifully against the armor. And everything proportion-wise looks really good on this. I don't know how much they changed with the second version of this figure that they released, which came with a much nicer base. Never been crazy about the base that comes with this one, because there's rocks on one side, so his foot always has to be on the rocks. It's annoying. But a lot of light in his face right now just to get the details on camera for you. But I'm so glad this is here, because I've ordered the Jackson custom quarter scale Batman Begins head sculpt from 1/6 kit, so I can put that on my Hot Toys quarter scale Batman Begins when that comes out. So then I'll have this one from the Dark Knight look, or technically the Dark Knight Rises, and then a really serious upgrade from my quarter scale Batman Begins by Hot Toys, thanks to the Jackson sculpt. So what was the last quarter scale figure Hot Toys released? I honestly don't know off the top of my head. I do often think about the Darth Vader figure they released in quarter scale. That must be unbelievable, because all their 1/6 scale Darth Vaders, even, well, there is the whole thing about the pleather they use. We've seen that it doesn't really last very long, so I'm sure that's pretty much the same situation with the quarter scale, which must be a bit worrying, unless I don't know that it's actually leather or something like that. But I've always been curious about the quarter scale Darth Vader by Hot Toys. It must be an absolute sight to behold. I've always thought Deadpool would have been an amazing quarter scale figure by them. I know they've done a Spider-Man or two, I forget now. The first one was from No Way Home, right? Yeah. But they don't seem to be doing much quarter scale stuff that I'm aware of lately. They did tease many, many years ago that they were going to do the Predator Jungle Hunter in quarter scale, but that never happened. That would have been nice. I have the endoskeleton from Terminator, the original Terminator, quarter scale, and that is an amazing piece. But I love it when they do these bigger figures, because Hot Toys, you know, and all these other companies, they really shine when it comes to cramming in the details into a small figure. But when you blow it up to this scale, the height of realism really gets up there. And then when you add something custom like this into the equation, it takes it up even higher. A custom cape as well, and we just have a super realistic Christian Bale Dark Knight / Dark Knight Rises Batman in the collection. And I am very, 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 very grateful, Justin, if you're watching this, dude. Thank you so much. Honestly, it's a very, very nice thing you did, and it's not the first time, sir. I wish he was into horror. He doesn't like horror stuff, because that's what I have a lot of, and I would love to be able to, like, you know, bash him together something special and send it to him, but he doesn't like horror, so that's what I have a lot of, you know, and everything else that I have he already has, so it's tricky. And plus he's short on space, same as me, so, you know, I've always been trying to tempt him to get into the Godzilla scene, you know, with the X Plus stuff and all the other companies, Easy Hobby. There's some amazing stuff out there if you're into Godzilla. But no, he's managed to resist so far. But this is just super incredible. I love taking pictures of it. It's been just a lot of fun. And it's gone from being a figure that I've had for many years that I don't really pay much attention to be honest. Now I certainly will, because this neck and head sculpt has just, as far as I'm concerned, I know the shoulders are probably, well, the shoulder armor is not as accurate as it could be, because I know that's another thing Oaty Customs does when he rehauls these. He also does the shoulder armor, which is more in proportion when he does it, but I'm not super bothered about that. I can live with the shoulder armor being the way it is. Main thing for me has always been with this suit is the neck, how it looks from the side, how it looks from the front, and finally, thanks to this incredible custom neck and head sculpt, I think it looks very, very movie accurate. So I will let you guys enjoy the rest of the video. I think there's just some pictures coming up at the end. But thanks again to Justin. I really love this, man. Thanks very much. And amazing work again by Oaty Customs. Even though this is probably quite an old custom piece by him now, good few years, and I'm sure he's updated it even more, and like I said, his own eyes, his own mouth plates. Go check him out on Instagram and check out his work. Well, I'm pretty damn happy with how it looks with the Hot Toys mouth plate and eyes, even though I'm sure Oaty Customs eyes are more accurate color. But yeah, I mean, I love this shot here out in the natural light. Yeah, that neck is awesome looking. Man, I hope we get some movies of this sort of level, you know, the Dark Knight trilogy and the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films. I know Spider-Man 3 is not the best, but compared to some of the stuff we've had in the last decade, Spider-Man 3 is looking pretty good. I just hope one day something can get my attention the way this trilogy did with the first film, Batman Begins. It was a very special time in my life discovering this hobby through this first film, Batman Begins, and enjoying that whole period when the trilogy was happening, and it was just a real special time. But anyway, guys, thank you again to Justin. Absolutely love the sculpt. You guys can let me know how you're doing in the comments. I hope you're doing well. Drop a like on it for me. Say thanks to Justin in the comments if you can, and I'll see you soon. Take it easy. Bye bye.